Hello everyone, it's Liam Catterson here with another episode of the Vampire Diaries with episode 18 of season 4, where Damon got screwed over by Elena and Rebecca last time, although I say kind of because, of course, whereas Elena heard details about Damon's little thing with Lexi, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's payback, but it is in a sense in terms of the whole cure malarkey, of course. So yeah, Elena is just thriving at the minute, and she's not letting anyone crash her party. So her and Rebecca are taking the party elsewhere, aka to get to Catherine, who obviously has said cure. So yeah, but it was really great stuff last time, where, you know, like I said, with Lexi's return, it's always a blast. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this episode of the Vampire Diaries. So with that said, let's get into episode number 18 of season 4. Let's go.
Catherine, what are you doing?
So you know Catherine?
You know me? Of course. And I know most people around here prefer you to feed from the neck, but I asked you to drink from my wrist, remember?
Oh!
Can I have a little
Okay.
about the whole time? So everyone here knows Catherine?
I'm sorry, I don't know who you're talking
What
about.
the heck?
She compelled people to forget all about her unless she was talking to them herself. Clever
Yeah, nice.
Out of fuel. You gotta fill it up. Got 100 miles before we get to Willoughby.
Yeah, well, I don't remember that name from the list of places that I got in New York.
Oh, the list. You mean the list they stole from right under your nose?
Stefan, you weren't exactly having a great episode last time, so shush.
Track down the car they stole after you before you get your neck snapped. Again.
Believe me, I learned my lesson. Elena without humanity is a stone-cold bitch, and I won't trust her until we get the old Elena back.
Yeah, I mean...
Look at that. Finally on the same page about something.
Hey, look,
at that.
it took us 4 seasons. And Elena to just do a complete heel turn, but we're here.
What happened to you?
Silas, he attacked me.
Holy
He
shit.
stabbed me with the white oak stake. A piece of it is still inside me.
Yeah.
Klaus,
Your real face.
Now, why would I do that when I can look like whomever I want you to see?
Because, you know, I don't like mysterious people. Just tormenting him even further, right?
Resist me all you want.
I'm impressed. I never thought you would find me here.
Oh, heck.
Beautiful place to die.
Oh, this should be fun.
You've chosen a beautiful place to die. We're gonna be a while. I'm gonna go grab some menus. You're not going anywhere. I forgot how charming you were.
I'm surprised you remember me at all, seeing as though you were so busy wedging yourself between my brothers.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god, what happened?
Where's the part in your plan where you screw us over and somebody dies?
I have no reason to screw you over. I know you don't believe me, but it is the truth.
I mean,
People
it's hard
change.
to believe it's the
I'm not
truth.
the girl you think I am.
Oh.
A friend. It says here you're meeting at 2.
Emily? Anna?
I guess I'll just have to meet Em myself.
Or it could be someone beginning with M.
You ran Tyler out of town. You killed his mother, and
And
you think
after
I'm the
the
person to
events
call
of
for
the
help?
last episode, the way you shunned her.
You, Tyler, all of your friends
Oh.
die with me.
Oh, yeah.
The rail's for good, and that ain't happening. She's a pain enough as it is.
So what happened to the guy who thought Elena should embrace being a vampire? Let the chips fall where they may.
Well, Stefan is rubbing this in.
This guy is royally pissed off.
Yeah. After getting your neck snapped, it's not exactly something you're gonna take lightly.
You'll never pass for me.
Throaty, I'm all managed.
You'll never pass for me. You two are pathetic. You two are pathetic.
It's just the right level of contempt.
Well, am I getting Orphan Black? I mean, I've just been watching it in preparations for Echoes, but I'm just remembering, you know, Sarah being like, "You're damn right," trying to mimic Beth.
Are you really that dumb or just naturally blonde?
Oh,
I want to know my life
shit!
again. You mean you want a do-over? Well, guess what? You can't have it. The cure will only take away your immortality. Everything else you hate about yourself, you'll still wake up with that in the morning. And you won't even be able to compel yourself a friend.
Ladies.
Oh,
Very nice.
Really gutting Rebecca there.
There's the new
Katerina.
Elijah.
Daddy! Obligatory,
You're a
okay?
little late, aren't you? Thank you. It's actually gonna...
Oh! So them two are... Yeah. Okay.
Where's Catherine, Elena?
There we go.
So let me get this straight. I tell you where Elena is, you shove the cure down her throat, and then I end up
Makes
in a box,
sense.
right?
Elijah,
I don't think
yeah.
so.
What about you
Michelson.
over there, Smiley?
Well, you sort of have to question Elijah's impeccable taste if he's friends with you.
Oh, when I say friend, I mean friend. It took him about 10... No, she won't. The cure is my one chance to win my freedom back from Klaus.
You gonna broker a deal with Klaus?
No. She's gonna get Elijah to broker the deal for her.
Yeah, proxy.
You deserve to suffer for everything that you've done. So today, we're gonna do things my way. Want my
Oh,
help? You let Tyler come back
You're
to town
vulnerable,
and give me your
so-
word that you will not hurt
dinner time
him.
for Caroline.
You are, and we can talk this through.
You listen to me very carefully, Stefan. If anything whatsoever happens to Catherine, I will descend upon Elena.
You're both idiots.
Excuse me?
You're dead. Your girlfriend killed him.
Oh.
You didn't know?
No. Seems like
course you
so much for Catherine changing, right?
She lied.
I hate to say I told you so, but... Duh.
Rainwater. Looks like we have a winner.
Oh my god! What the fuck? That is...
Give it to me or you're dead.
No!
Holy shit.
Still can't get out of your own way. Good! I feel sorry for you.
Don't turn your back on me!
I should have turned my back on you ages ago!
Pain is gone. It was never there.
Oh, you
got in my
dickhead,
head.
Silas.
Silas.
Then that's a problem.
Find my Katerina beneath this Catherine facade.
Oh,
You boys are all the same.
he wants to have
Damon and
hope.
Stefan still think that the girl they love is still in here somewhere, too.
You can't blame them for having hope, Elena.
Exactly.
Be ashamed of
Felt good to watch that letter burn. Along with my old life, and along with Jeremy's body.
That part of it. Oh, died! And she just
Sorry.
died-ish.
I got held up.
Oof.
Slight problem with being alive. I can kill you now.
Yeah, it was a fake. It was a fake. I had a feeling that Catherine... Oh? Yeah, there we go.
It's my disease. I just keep wanting to believe you, but how can I when at every turn you give me reason to doubt you? I don't know you. I don't know that I ever will.
Damn.
Wait. And I'd like to think that you feel something for me, too. I need you to trust me.
Boy. Oh, boy.
I want you to trust me.
I mean, why must you always consider our family a burden?
I mean...
Always and forever.
Oh...
I mean, those words are as important to me today as they ever were.
You will always be my brother. And I will never stop loving you. But now it's time for me to live and die the way that I choose.
She just wants to...
Not the way you and Nick want me to.
Yeah, she just wants...
Please.
Wants that humanity, that
Please,
idea that she can live, really.
Are you gonna let Tyler come back into town?
Or you're gonna have to drop that beef, Klaus. For...
You might have noticed I'm not exactly scouring the earth for him, am I?
Oh, someone's opening up here. Vulnerability. Love that.
I owe Elena her shot at being normal again. Once we give her the cure, I'm getting her out of my life, and I'm getting a life of my own.
Yeah, you have to break away from it, because
Okay,
cycle
let's
repeat.
just get the
Those
cure
who
and
do
then
not
we'll
learn
talk
from
about you
history
riding
are
off in the
doomed
sunset all by
to
yourself.
what?
My emotions are off. I wasn't me. And you refuse to accept that.
So now it's his turn.
You didn't give up on me. You didn't stop until you pulled me back.
Uh-huh. Yeah! Oh.
Like I said, consequences. That's one body you're responsible for.
Yo,
You keep trying to
what the
fix me,
fuck?
there'll be a second, a 20th, and a 100th.
Yeah, I mean, Elena needs that... That's it, though. I mean, there is this talk about giving Elena the cure. And... Yeah, with the fact that, you know, Elena doesn't want it and all of that, of course she has the right to have a choice and all of that. The problem is that ominous threat at the end, I will keep dropping bodies. I don't want the cure, okay? And yeah, basically, if you keep hounding me about this shit, I'm gonna keep dropping bodies. So yeah, I mean, it's a very, very difficult situation, isn't it? Because of the fact that Elena, she is becoming more like Catherine. And some would say, especially given Catherine's last scene in this episode, it's like the swapping, isn't it? So, which is kind of cruel, because with the fact that, you know, both Catherine and Elena are, like, essentially alike. You know, it's always a very, very interesting element to now consider, okay, which one's the lesser of two evils here, because Elena is going off the rails now. So, I mean, Catherine has still done a lot of heinous shit in the past, but in terms of present day attitudes, so, oh man, but I really loved this episode, because the whole squabble with the whole cure situation was very, very fun to divulge into. Even with that fake out of Rebecca taking the cure. See, it was a split second thinking, because Rebecca has always been yearning for that side to come back to humanity. And, you know, with Elijah, he's got a point that grass is always greener. I did say I was gonna... And that's too dark. That'll be fine. No, Elijah did say that the grass was not always greener on the other side, which he's got a point. Because of the fact that, I mean, humanity does suck, doesn't it? So, and you're a bit more susceptible to certain shit. But at the same time, with Rebecca, this is something that, like, again, with Elena's choice at the end of the day, this is Rebecca's choice. She wants to have a family. She wants to indulge in that human love. And she can't do that as a vampire. As well as the fact that she has done this for like 1,000 years, and it's just been, it's the line has been drawn, really. So, yeah. it's like it's the fact that her family, she's tired of it all, really, and she wants to start her own like little family and all of that. She wants to indulge. Yeah, like I said, and I agree. The grass isn't greener on the other side, sure, but this is something. This is not something that Rebecca has just thought randomly or whatever. This is something she's really put some thought into. So, and you can't really blame her if she wants that chance to have a family. Yeah, sure, it's not always guaranteed as well, because you know there might be people who might not want to be with Rebecca. But this is as close. This is as close as a shot as it's gonna get, as well as the fact that there is the whole, like she even said about like I can choose to go out on my own terms rather than someone just daggering me and all that shit. Which is like, especially with the fact that Rebecca has been stabbed in the back numerous times, you can't really blame her for being like, you know what, I will go out on my own terms. So. I mean, unless she gets hit by a car or whatever. So, yeah. But you get the idea. And I totally understand why Rebecca... Yeah, I mean, Elijah is coming to her with such concern about the fact that... Is this something you really want to do? But again, I think Rebecca has put a lot of thought into it, so... But yeah, we had that fake out, and it was heartbreaking, I am not gonna lie, because you had Rebecca just being in a state of euphoria and happiness. But I kind of had a feeling, I was just waiting for something to signal that she was still a vampire, and those quick reflexes and that super healing, yeah. But I was just thinking, I mean, this would be vintage Catherine if she really played Damon like a damn fiddle. Be like, oh, you've hid it in one of the treasure boxes in the aquarium. Yeah, that's not subtle, so, yeah. But to be fair with Damon, I mean, remember when he hit the moonstone in the bowl of soap? Yeah. She did a better job than you did, David, I'm just gonna say. But no, in all seriousness, it would be vintage Catherine for her to do something like that. Be like, oh, you hid it in the thing, and then, you know, she plants a fake vial there just to give people hope. So, yeah, and then, of course, she would hide the real vial with a friend that we saw, or her friend that she compelled. I wouldn't say it's a friend. It should be a two-way street, really. Nudge to Klaus, right? Although there is a little bit of that hope, I would say, I guess, for Klaus, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, it's just very interesting with you know, Catherine and you know, the whole situation with her and Elijah. So, yeah, but we had that very, very poignant moment at the end where Catherine was, you know, adamant about, you know, the way she tries to ensure her own survival. And, yeah, I mean, I feel like there is a genuine vibe. I mean, obviously there was that hurt with Elijah, when obviously Elena told him about the fact that Catherine did what she did to Jeremy. But I feel like I said, that last scene in particular was, if anything, a chance for Catherine to prove herself to Elijah. So, yeah. And I can't blame, you know, Elijah for having hope, because... yeah, I mean, you could call him deluded and all of that, but hope is, you know, just something that you don't want to lose a grip on, because it can be very, very if without hope, it is just, you know, constant misery, really, I would say. And yeah, so, but yeah, we had that moment with Catherine just wanting to take a bit of a upturn, really, in terms. I see. That's it, though. I feel like it's a two-way. It like with Elena and Catherine, it's like, yeah, you've become the very thing you swore to destroy. I guess with Elena, she's always tried to distance herself from being Catherine, but now she's threatening to drop more bodies to Stefan and well, not just is she threatening to both Stefan and Damon that she's gonna drop more bodies, but she's also putting the blame on Damon and Stefan. So, ugh. But yeah, Catherine wanting. See, here's the thing: Catherine has always been prickly. Catherine has not been the most kindest of souls, and I feel like I feel like that is a light way of describing how Catherine has been. And like I said, I know that you can like it can be very, very tempting to kind of switch kind of roles in a sense in terms of Elena and Catherine, given the fact that, you know, Elena was, you know, the better person, and now she is getting a bit more unhinged, and vice versa, I guess you could say, for Catherine, in terms of like wanting to tell Elijah that this is what I want, is a chance to be on the up. But there's also a part of me thinking, are they planning to get rid of Catherine maybe at some point? I mean, I don't imagine Elena's going to be like this rolling into season 5. It would be very interesting if that is the case. I mean, I never imagined Elena to become a vampire, for crying out loud, but here we are. But they could really make Elena the main, I guess, antagonist. Well, I don't know if the main antagonist would be a thing. In terms of, because you've got you know, every season you've got a new character. You have Catherine, of course. You have Klaus. You can have Silas, etc., etc. But it's always a very, very fantastic notion to have recurring antagonists like Klaus, I guess. But given the fact that we've got the originals coming up, I don't think we're going to see Klaus too much on the Vampire Diaries. You never know. I mean, Joseph might want to do double duty, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, you've got the originals coming up. So, yeah, there's not really that recurring villain, really, like Klaus really was. And Elena could just take the mantle of that. But again, it's something that I can't see happening. But again, I could not see Elena turning into a vampire, so I don't know where to feel. I just worry that they might get rid of Catherine if she is trying to be like she's always, as she made a mention, she's always done everything to ensure survival, and you know that would mean being a bit of a nuisance. So if she does want to repent for her for what she's done, for her sins, and take the Catherine redemption tour, it just makes you worry that maybe that might be her undoing. So, but we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. Yeah, we had some good moments with Stefan and Damon as well, bonding. They did say that, well, Stefan did say to Damon that once the cure has been got for Elena, he's done. We've heard this shit before. Like Tyler leaving, and then coming back. We've done this dance before, okay? It ain't happening. You've still got like a few more seasons of the Vampire Diaries to go through. So it ain't happening. But maybe that's but maybe that's the whole situation. I mean, he said that once they get the cure for Elena, that's all, folks. What if Elena doesn't get the cure? So, but I mean, it's a necessity at this point. I mean, like I said, there is that element of choice, of course, at the end of the day for Elena. She's choosing not to have the cure. But it's this whole situation of how out of control she's being in terms of her attitude with the way that was it Jolene she killed? Yeah. The way that she just absolutely went to Jolene and yeah, she said that she won't be the last if you keep interfering. So it's like I am really loving the side of Elena, I'm not gonna lie. At the same time, it's like, oh heck. So yeah. But yeah. Elijah returning was great. Yeah, EM. Makes sense, Elijah Michelson. So, yeah. When it says M, though, it's like, is this like short for Emma or M, like someone beginning with the letter M? Because, yeah. But no, Elijah makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, the whole fact that Catherine was with Elijah was like, holy shit. So, but I also gotta love the fact that for the first time, because we've had moments where Catherine has paraded around as Elena, and now I think this is the first. This is like a first, really, with Elena now in her, you know, new phase and all of that of being the absolute worst. She can parade around as Catherine. It's great to see. So, yeah. But yeah, I did really love, you know, especially with how Elijah and Elena were before Elena turned into a vampire, like seeing this new side of this dynamic. So, yeah. But we also got an Elijah and Elena kiss as well, which is kind of, I say kind of great because I did ship them too. I think it was during season 2 of the Vampire Diaries. But a lot has changed, especially for Elena. Yeah, the dynamic. I mean, the dynamic is still great and all that shit. Don't get me wrong. It's just now depressing, isn't it? So, yeah. So, but we also had Klaus and Caroline, or Claroline? Yeah. The ship. I mean, it was very interesting to have, well, at first, Silas just torment Klaus even further by parading around as Caroline whilst he was suffering. And then, of course, there was that revelation that, well, he didn't have a... That was all a phantom pain that Klaus was basically experiencing. He imagined he had the splinter in him and it wasn't there, so yeah. It was just Silas just being an absolute prick. So yeah, but it was very interesting to you know, see how things were when it came to Caroline and Klaus when Caroline was actually there. But it's also very concerning when Caroline wasn't there about how, because obviously we've seen Silas take the form of Shane's wife, but also Shane's or Shane himself, and I don't think we've seen him as anyone else. So the fact that he's left that threat about essentially being anyone leaves a lot to imagine in a very like. Yeah, especially with this whole cure malarkey. I mean, you just imagine someone like Silas parading around in someone's face and then be like, thank you very much, you just got screwed over. So, yeah. But aside, away from, you know, the Silas talk, because, of course, talking about Caroline, yeah. It was amazing to see how things, you know, went down in terms of, you know, Caroline just trying to, well, there was the whole friend discussion, wasn't there? And you had basically at the end the gratitude really for Caroline checking up on Klaus. You had Klaus at the very end of the episode. Offer the whole friend situation. Not just that, though, but he's even said that, well, I haven't really been looking for Tyler. I mean, I don't like him. The prick can stay away from me, but he's not exactly been on my priority list, so, yeah. So that kind of gives a bit of a hope there for Caroline. But yeah. It's very, very interesting to see how things are going there, but yeah, I mean, this was a really, really interesting episode. So yeah, really, really loved, of course, the whole squabble for the whole cure situation, especially with, Rebecca's involvement and that, little moment of euphoria. Funnily enough, it's actually funny comparing Klaus's situation to Rebecca's situation. Both of them, feeling like they are suffering the effects from something, and yet, obviously, with Rebecca, that was a lot more shorter than Klaus's experiences with the splinter of the White Oak dagger. But I just find it very, very funny, obviously, with two original siblings. They both had that moment of, fabricated feeling, I guess you could say, in regards to the fabricated euphoria that Rebecca went through in terms of thinking that she got cured. And the fabricated agony that Klaus was under because Silas decided, you know what, I'm gonna, make you think that you've got the split. You don't, by the way. I was just messing with your mind, so yeah. But yeah, great episode. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!